Hello gamers, and welcome back to Solo Spelunking. And today I want to introduce to you the Reclamation Slums of Phlan cooperative role-playing board game for 1 to 4 players. And it is written by yours truly, by me. And I will provide a link to the PDF document of this game in the video description if you want to try it out for yourself. And I figured I can just show it to you in this video. So what's a role-playing board game? So I will just read the overview to you. So Reclamation Slums of Phlan is a role-playing game board game hybrid that uses the rules of the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It is designed to be played by 1 to 4 players without a dungeon master, and it is meant to be a cooperative experience. And now we get to the interesting part. It is a role-playing game because it features character development, the acquisition of experience points, and the customizability you have come to enjoy that the 5th edition rules of Dungeons & Dragons provide. But it is also a board game because it features a set structure, predefined encounters, and movement on a board using a token. However, since this is also a solo RPG channel, experienced players may want to use it as a solo or cooperative RPG framework and expand certain aspects of the game to make it more cooperative, a more cooperative role-playing experience by adding things like an oracle and random idea generator to generate and improvise encounters or to allow more options for the characters. And this game is heavily inspired by the 1988 computer role-playing game Pool of Radiance, and it is set in that time in the Forgotten Realms in the city of Phlan at the coast of the Moon Sea. The game can be played using only the free Dungeons & Dragons basic rules document. Other than that, you only need scrap paper, a character, and a few generic tokens or miniatures if available. Alright, so this is what this is, and now let's take a look at the backstory. The once glorious city of Phlan on the coast of the Moon Sea has been overrun by monsters who have taken control over almost all parts of the city. Only one district called New Phlan, or Civilized Phlan, remains under the control of the good humanoid races. This district is currently only reachable by boat and heavily fortified. The slum district has been walled off, and the wall is constantly patrolled by a large force of guards. A heavily reinforced wooden gate is the only way in and out of the slums. The city guards, however, are not a sizable enough force to provide security and reclaim the lost districts. Phlan is ruled by a new city council, and the members are determined to reclaim Phlan from the monsters and restore it to its former glory. Therefore, they have put out a call for adventurers and fame and fortune seekers from all over the realms flock to Phlan to join the quest to reclaim the city from the monsters. You and your fellow adventurers, in this case only me, are one of those adventure companies that followed the call, and you have just arrived in New Phlan to make your mark in the city chronicles. Alright, so this is the backstory. So you will see how this works when I play it. This document tells you what you need. It also features some nice some nice AI generated art, as you can see here. And yeah, like I said, I put the link to the PDF in the video description for you to check it out. As always, I like to play only one character. And so this game is balanced for 4 characters. So I will be using the legendary characters rules modification that I have talked about in previous videos, and that I will also link in the video description, but the links are also included in the PDF. So I'm playing Lyram, a human fighter. So this is Lyram. I created him using the basic rules, the free basic D&D rules, and I rolled his stats. 46 dropped lowest, and I got really lucky. And I'm using the basic rules human race modifiers of +1 to every ability score. So these are my abilities. I got strength 16, dexterity 17, constitution 16, intelligence 11, wisdom 15, charisma 12, and I chose the soldier background, and these are my skills: athletics, intimidation, survival, and acrobatics. And I decided as an optional rule to base intimidation on strength instead of charisma, because for me it makes no sense that a strength 18 guy with a -1 charisma penalty does not have a good intimidation value. So this is, I think, one of the optional rules. I also read in the DM's guide that you could, in certain instances, pair skills with different core abilities. So this is what I did here. So I'm proficient with gaming cards and land vehicles. I got chainmail, and I chose the 2-weapon fighting ability, so I'm fighting with 2 scimitars. And yeah, I got a trophy from my soldier background, a direwolf tooth that I wear around my neck on a leather self-made necklace. And of course, never leave home without it, the trusty adventurer's belt and some other stuff. So now what is the objective of the game? The objective of the game is to clear out these lair buildings. So this is a hex map of the slums. And this game, it features basically 3 gameplay modes. It features gameplay in New Phlan, which is more abstract. It features a hex crawl, a city-based hex crawl on this map through the slums, where you have to resolve different encounters and complete quests. And it features combat, resolved using the normal Dungeons and Dragons combat rules. And you can create a map like this yourself. I also provide a link to this template where you could randomly place these buildings. So B1 to B8 are buildings, and L1 to L4 are lairs. So this slum features 8 buildings that are more or less intact and 4 lairs, and the other buildings, there are of course more buildings, but they're mostly in ruins and and just background dressing. And this is where you need to enter and exit the gate to New Phlan. This is the wall. And so how do you play, basically? You start in the civilized area in New Phlan. And there you can take every day, here while the party is in New Phlan, you can take the following town actions, and you can take up to 4 actions per day. So I'm starting in New Phlan, and I can take up to 4 actions. You can divide these actions, if you play with friends, cooperatively between the characters as you can see fit, and you can take an action more than once, but every time it counts as one of your 4 actions. And if you have taken 4 actions, the adventuring day ends, and you have to rent a room at an inn for 3 gold pieces per character. And then you can sleep there, take an extended rest, and start the next day. So you can, what can you do? You can buy weapons, gear, and equipment, as stated in the basic rules. And you can get a quest from the notice board in front of the council hall. You can sell valuable items that you have discovered in the slums. You can recruit a new adventurer. So if you do not play with with legendary character rules, I included simple sidekick rules in here where you can fill up your party with simple to run sidekicks if you only want to create and play 1 character. You can gamble to make some money. You can arm wrestle to make some money. You can perform on the streets to make some money. You can try to pick pockets to make some money. So basically these are little skill actions that you can take. You can take part in a ranged weapon competition. You can take part in a drinking contest. And of course, you can enter the slums, where you then switch to this exploration mode and explore the slums. So, and then here it details how to explore the slums, how to rest in the slums, how to deal with combat encounters. This is the sidekicks. But the important part is the quest board, where you can get quests, and then, of course, the slum encounters. And you will see how this works in the game. So I'm starting my first day in the civilized part, and I can take up to 4 actions. So I do have 10 gold pieces. So what I want to do first, I want to try to make some money. So I decide, because I'm a strong guy, I want to take part in an arm wrestling contest. So it states, arm wrestling. You measure your strength against some local folk. Bet a wager of up to 25 gold pieces and succeed at a DC 15 athletics check. If you succeed, you win your wager. If you fail, you lose. Alright, so this is what I want to do. So I got athletics +5 and I got 10 gold pieces. So I will wager 3 gold pieces. So I'm at 7 gold pieces and let's see if I succeed. So I enter a tavern where all those adventurers hang out and I talk to some local folks and yeah, we exchange some friendly insults and then it is time for an arm wrestling contest. Bam! 3 gold on the table. And 18 +5. So bam! I slam this guy's arm onto the table. So I win 3 gold. So I'm at 13 gold now, and this was my first town action for the day. And for my second town action, I will move or walk to the quest board in front of the council hall and get a quest from the notice board. And here it says, in front of the council hall, there's a notice board with quests provided by the citizens of New Phlan. Roll 1d8 3 times to see what is posted and choose to accept a quest by taking the notice. You can't have more than 3 active quests at a time. Quests refresh and change only after you have been to the slums and have resolved at least 1 encounter in the slums. When you then return to New Phlan and check the notice board, you can roll up 3 new quests. See the notice board section for quest descriptions. Alright, so I head to the notice board and I will roll 3d8 to see what quests are available. It is 1, 3, and 6. So I will tell you what these quests are. Alright, so quest number 1. I will read the notice to you. Hail, adventurers! The Black Fist gang operating out of the slums have done me terribly wrong. Death is too good for these bastards. Nevertheless, I seek revenge. Bring me 6 cut-off right hands from these bastards, the ones with the black fist tattooed on them, and I shall reward you with a total of 120 gold pieces. Alright, and so here the out-of-character information in brackets is the quest targets are bandits and or thugs, any will do. So basically this is a kill monster quest with some flavor text added. So I need to kill 6 bandits and or thugs. So that's one of the available quests. Quest number 3 is rat catchers needed. To create a special powder, I need a total of 6 giant rat tails. I will pay 60 gold pieces to anyone who can get me 6 giant rat tails. And the quest target here are giant rats. And quest number 6 is book collection incomplete. To complete my academic work, I need a certain book. that I had to leave behind when the monsters invaded Phlan. To the party of adventurers that bring me this tome, I will pay 200 gold pieces. And it says to complete this quest, you need to retrieve at least one book from the bookshelf encounter number 12 from the Slum Street encounter table. All right, so these are basically kill and fetch quests as you would find them in like in a video computer game as well, mostly like in those classic MMORPGs where you have a lot of these kill monsters and fetch quests. All right, so I will just take all three of them. So this is where you need scrap paper. So I have quest 1, which is the bandits. So I take all three notices. I have quest 3, the rat catchers. And I have quest 6, the book. And I jot it down by the numbers, so if I want to read up on it again, the books. And now what you do is, for every quest, you create a random hex on the slum map, and this is why it features coordinates, where you will definitely encounter the quest encounter. This is to give you some goal or target or aim for your crawling through the slums, so that you can basically plan your route. So Q1 is for quest 1, Q3 is for quest 3, and obviously Q6 is for quest 6. You can complete these quests earlier if you by chance come across the random encounters required. But to give you some goal, some purpose, some destination, you can also definitely encounter them. So I place quest 1. I'm rolling for the first. This is 6 and 6, 8. So it is 6 is here and 8 up. 8. All right. So 6, 8. This is this hex right here, quest 1. Okay, they're a little bit large, I see, so I gotta maybe trim them next time. All right, and we have 8, 8, 5 for quest 3. So this is 8 and 5 is here. So this is where quest 3 is at. You know what? I make some small pencil marks. I can just erase them. And this is better than these tokens because they're too large. All right, and quest 6. So 1, 3, and 6. 5, 5, 4. So this is 5 and 4 is here. So this is quest 6. All right, so these are the hexes where I will definitely find the quest encounters that I need if I don't find them earlier. So this is some metagaming stuff, but to give you some direction. All right, so that was my second action. I still got 2 actions left if I want to take them. It is optional. So let's see, I do not need any special gear. I can't afford any fancy stuff like healing potions or so. So let's see what other actions I might take. I got my quests and I can't get any more. I don't have valuable items. All right, so yeah, I can, if I want to gamble, you know what, I do some more arm wrestling because I'm a strong guy. So once again, so that'll be my third action. I arm wrestle, I got quests, and for my third action I will arm wrestle again, once again betting 3 gold and trying to succeed at a DC 15 athletics check. 11 plus 5, that is 16. So I win, so I'm at 16 gold pieces. And for my last action, I will now enter through the gate, or I will enter the slums. All right, so how this hex crawling works is you can move hex by hex. And whenever you enter a blank hex, you roll 1d6, and on a roll of 1, an encounter occurs. If you enter a building square, you will definitely encounter something. And the buildings, they use a different encounter table, and they are rated by level. So if you're a level 1 character, you use the level 1 building encounter table, level 2, and so on. And the lair encounters are hard encounters for a level 4 party or character using the encounter building rules and the basic rules. So this is why you need to complete quests, to gain levels, to build up your character, to face these lair encounters. So one important thing I forgot to mention is that if you complete a quest, of course, you get 200 experience points to the party. So you got to divide them by the number of heroes. All right, so I will enter the slums, and I decide to head for the nearest quest hex first, which is 1. So I move 1, and now I roll a d6. On a roll of 1, I encounter something. Yes, and of course I do encounter something in the first hex. So I roll 1d20 and read the result 9 from the Slum Street encounter table. So 9 is, they're not all combat encounters, but this one is. All right, so 9 is a giant spider encounter. It says, while you explore a half-ruined building, a giant spider that lurks in a ceiling corner descends upon you and attack. And for convenience, I put the stats out of the basic rules in this document. I didn't explain all the special abilities, so this is just for you as a reminder. If you're not familiar with these, you got to look them up, but you got all the basic stats right here in this document, and this column here is the experience value that you get. All right, so and how you handle this combat is completely up to you. You can go full theater of mind. You can make a little sketch on scrap paper and use pencil marks, or you can go full miniatures, dungeon tiles, depending on how much time you want to spend setting up this stuff. So I will use my acrylic sheet. So I will just sketch out quickly an encounter area. So I will put some crumbled walls here. Like I said, I'm exploring a half-crumbled building, so this is what I meant with that those slums also feature other buildings than they're on the map. And so let's put some blocking terrain here and here, some old columns, and another crumbled wall is here. And these X's are difficult terrain, and this is all difficult terrain here because of spider webs. So I'm just exploring this building as a giant spider, which I have here in a moment. So it is helpful if you have a large collection of pawns or minis that you in advance prepare maybe a small bag or so where you put all these minis and pawns in that you need for this encounter. So this is a giant spider, and the combat is resolved just like normal Dungeons and Dragons combat, with the exception that I'm a legendary character now, so I have 3 legendary actions, or up to 3, that I will track with these tokens on my character sheet. And yeah, I can take a legendary action at the end of a creature's turn, and my hit points and hit dice are multiplied by 4. So I got 13 times 4, that is 52 hit points. Basically to make me as tough as a party of 4 characters. So, alright. So, now initiative, and in this document I rule that the player initiative is fixed. Every hero has a 12 plus dexterity modifier, so my init is 15. And you only roll initiative for the monsters to speed up play and to slot them in the initiative order. So I will just roll for the giant spider. It has an initiative modifier of +3. And it has 7 plus 3, that's 10. So the initiative order will be me, Lyram, and then the spider. Alright, so I do spot the spider descending from the ceiling. And yeah, I can take my turn, I can move. So I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is difficult terrain, costs 2 square of movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm fighting with 2 scimitars, meaning I can take a bonus action to attack with my offhand weapon, and because I have the 2-weapon fighting feature, I will also add my ability modifier to my second attack. And the good thing is, with these colored dice, I roll damage together with the attacks, and I will just roll both attacks because I will definitely take the bonus action. And the AC of the giant spider is 14, and I attack with +5. Alright, +5. So this is a miss. And 14 plus 5, this is a hit. 3 plus 3 dexterity is 6 points of damage. So the spider, it's got 26 hit points. So it is at 20 hit points. So I jot down the hit points. And now it's the spider's turn. And the spider, she or it attacks. I don't know, I always go by she because of Lord of the Rings, because this giant spider, I think Shelob was her name. She was, I think, female. At least this is what the orcs or goblins discussed, that she's always hungry. So for me, I don't know, I got this fixed in my brain that giant spiders are she's. So if you're a woman watching this, please do not be offended. It has nothing to do with gender. It has something to do with Lord of the Rings. So I try to remember that it's an it. So it tries to attack with its large poisonous fangs. And it attacks with a +5 bite and deals 1d8 plus 3 points of piercing damage. And if it hits me, it'll also deal poison damage if I fail a save. And my AC is 16. I'm wearing chainmail armor. And it's a miss, 4, and also 1 point of damage only. So I'm lucky, and now at the end of the spider's turn, I take a legendary action and make a normal attack. I can't use a bonus action on this attack because you only get 1 bonus action per turn, and it refreshes when your turn starts again. But it's a legendary action attack, so just 1 attack with my scimitar. +5. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's a miss. It's got an AC of 14. Alright, so now it's my regular turn. My legendary actions refresh. And now I can do again my full complement of attacks. So I'm 2-weapon fighting. Roll my bonus action attack with my normal attack, and they're both misses. 5 plus 5 is 10 and 8. So no damage on this turn. So the spider attacks. And it can move unobstructed through its web. 5. That's great. 5 plus 5 is 10. It's a fail. I'm lucky because it would have been 8 points plus 3, 9, 11 points of damage plus poison. And at the end of the spider's turn, I take a legendary action and counter attack with one of my scimitars. Oh, natural 1. 0 damage. Alright, then my regular turn. Legendary actions refresh. Attack with bonus action. 2 weapon fighting. 2 scimitars. Chainmail, just like Drizzt. Alright, 1 hit. 16, but only 5 points of damage. So the spider is at 15 hit points. So that was my normal turn. Now it's the spider's turn. Oh no, almost. 10 plus 5 is 15. Thank God for my chainmail. So it's poisonous fangs. They try to penetrate my chainmail. I can almost feel its piercing force, but my chainmail holds. Yeah, thank you, chainmail. But at the end of the spider's turn, I counterattack using my legendary action, or one of my legendary actions. Oh yeah, baby! 20 critical hits. So I get to reroll damage die. So that's 3 plus 4. That is 7 plus 3 dexterity. That's 10 points of damage. So the spider, it shrieks. It only got 5 hit points. And now it's my regular turn because this was my legendary action attack. Legendary actions refresh. Let's finish it. Oh, I can use... Oh, fail. No damage. The spider attacks. $14. Now that's a hit. For 5 points of damage. 2 plus 3. So I am at 47. And now... I do have to make a constitution save. Giant spider. I have to make a DC 11 con save or take plus 9 poison damage. But even on a successful save, I take plus 4 points of damage. Alright, so constitution is one of the saving throws I'm proficient with as a fighter. So I can add my proficiency bonus. So I got a plus 5 and I need an 11. Oh, natural 1. So now I will do the following. So in this rules document for legendary characters, it also states that legendary characters have legendary resistances, meaning 3 times a day or between a long rest, they can choose to succeed instead if they fail a saving throw. So this is to prevent instant death for a single character, like if you fail a petrification check or petrifying check or whatever. So I use one of my legendary resistances and I mark them off here on this sheet and decide to succeed instead, but I will still take 4 points of additional poison damage. So I'm at 43 hit points. So I can feel this poison running through my veins. It burns and my vision is getting blurry. It's hard to concentrate, but I can muster all my strength and use a legendary action to make hopefully one final counter attack. Eight. That's a miss. Plus 5. 13, that's a miss. So now it's my regular turn. My legendary action, it refreshes. And let me look at my fighter features. I will do the following. I will make only a normal attack now first, and then I will decide if I take a bonus action to make another attack or use my bonus action for my second wind feature. 9 plus 5. All right, that's good. That's 14. That's on the spot because the spider is AC 14 and it's 5 points of damage, and this is what kills the spider. So yeah, I kill the spider. And for my bonus action, I use my second wind feature, regaining 1d10 plus level, so 1d10 plus 1 hit points. And I must complete a short or long rest to use this feature then again. So let's roll. Yes, 10 plus 1, that's 11. So 43, so I'm back to 52 hit points. But I have used my second wind feature. So I have to complete a rest. And I killed the spider. So I'm still not sure. So this would be 200 XP, but I think you also have to divide the XP by 4 if you're a legendary character, but I'm not sure. I will look it up in the rules document, so I will just jot down the 200 XP first, and then I'm adding them all up, and then maybe I need to divide. Alright, so this encounter is over, and now when it comes to resting, you obviously, of course, can't take a long rest in the slums. So the only thing you can do is you can take a short rest after an encounter and only after an encounter. But if you do that, there's the chance again that you face another encounter. So I'm reading it to you. Resting in the slums. It is very dangerous to rest in the slums. After resolving an encounter, and only then, you can choose to take a short rest. It is assumed that the party stays low between half-collapsed walls and ruined buildings to rest. However, when you take a short rest, you have to roll a d6. On a roll of 1, you are interrupted and have to resolve a slum street encounter. But you still gain the benefit of a short rest, and you could take a short rest again after the encounter, because you resolved an encounter. Taking a long rest while in the slums is not possible. You have to return to an inn in New Phlan to take a long rest. You can only leave the slums via the gate, so you have to backtrack your way to the gate, risking more encounters. So don't venture too far or turn back too late. So this is how resting works. So I decide against a short rest because I'm in good shape. I will just continue. So I just move one more square and once again roll 1d6. Oh, another one. All right. So, and again, let's make an encounter roll. 8. All right, 8. So let's look up encounter number 8. Encounter number 8. Slum Street Encounters. Encounter number 8. This is a non-combat encounter. It says, in a half-crumbled building, you discover the remains of an unlucky soul. You quickly search the body. Make a DC 15 Wisdom Perception or DC 15 Intelligence Investigation check. If you succeed, you find a hidden pouch containing 3d20 gold pieces. All right, let's do this. So what do I choose? Let me take a look at my character sheet. It is Wisdom Perception. I do not have Perception and I do not have Investigation, but my Wisdom modifier is +2. So I'm making a Wisdom check. Quickly searching this dead body. 19, yes. So I find 3d20 gold pieces. Oh, that is 18 and 15, that's 33 plus 6, that is 39 gold pieces. 39 plus 10 is 49, that's 55. I'm at 55 gold pieces. All right, and I continue. One square up. But I will change the d6 because of gamer suspicion, and I already rolled 2 ones on this one, so it's a 6, no encounter. And then I will definitely, I do not need to roll, I will encounter the quest encounter for quest number 1, the bandits. So it'll be a bandit encounter. So yeah, that's this encounter right there, the bandit encounter. Let's see. Oh yeah, 6 bandits. There it is. All right. You have stumbled into the territory of the Black Fist Gang. 6 of their members want to slice and dice you. 6 bandits. All right, so if I would have encountered these bandits on my way there, I could have also completed the quest. So this is how this works. You can complete it randomly, but you also have a fixed goal to complete your quest. So now I will just use this map and expand it a little because there are more enemies. And let's just add some crumbled buildings over here and another pillar or large maybe large rock or something here, and some difficult terrain here. This is like muddy terrain. And so I enter from down here, and now I have to face off against 6 bandits. And I'm using the bandits from my Pathfinder Pawns Advent Calendar. Just need to get them out of this bag right here. Where are you, bandits? There's one. There's one. And also, you know what? That I don't have to search all day. I can also use these that are equally suited to be bandits. And this one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, 6. All right, 6 bandits. So just as a reminder for those that didn't watch the Pathfinder Pawns Advent Calendar, these are the bandits included in this pawn collection, but I will also use this bodyguard as a thug, and there's butcher who also looks like a beater, like a thug. So these are my 6 bandits, but they all have identical stats, and they're set up here. Here, and one of them was hiding behind me, so he comes up from this wall here. They try to basically box me in. 3 more. One guy is over here, a dwarf. And this guy, he seems like a leader. So he's big mouthing. Looks like you got lost, huh? Now it's time to slice and dice. Okay, so this will be interesting. So the bandit stats, they are nothing special. They have initiative +1, AC 12, 11 hit points, a scimitar, and a light crossbow. No special abilities, and this encounter is worth 150 experience points. Let's see how I do as a legendary hero with my legendary actions. All right, so I'm at 0608. All right. So initiative. My initiative is set at 15, and the bandits, they have a +1. So let's roll for the bandits. Oh, 18 +1, 19. But this makes sense, of course, because they ambushed me, or they set up this ambush. So all of the bandits, they can act first. Thank God I'm a legendary hero. And I have bandits. And then Lyram. And I have legendary actions. Alright, so the bandits, they go first. Alright, so let's see. They will make, I think they will make ranged attacks first to not provide or are in the way of the other ones they want to shoot. So yeah, why not? So I'm encountering a volley of light crossbow bolt fire. All right, so and then so this guy, he shoots his light crossbow, and I'm using the orange d20 for the enemies if I can. And he attacks +3 versus my 15. Oh, natural 1. Pew! So he misses. So I could use a legendary action if I wanted to, and because I also have a light crossbow, so I could return fire. But since he missed, I only have 3 legendary actions, so I do not have as much legendary actions as there are opponents. I decide to wait. I will retaliate against the guy that hits me. So, but he can still move, and he will move away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because they are cowards. And yeah, I will go by orientation. So this guy, he has already moved or activated. Let's make a little marker here so that I don't lose track. So this is the slot, the base slot, and if it's like this, they are activated. All right, so next one up, they can all act. That's this guy. He shoots from this corner, unobstructed line of sight, no cover. He also shoots with his light crossbow. And he rolls a 3. He also misses, and then he takes cover 1, 2 behind this wall so that I can't retaliate. And I decide not to take a legendary action at this point. Now this guy, yeah, he will move 1 up, and then because they can also like take their action between their move, so he will just move 1 to get an unobstructed shot in. He rolls a 9 +3. That is a miss because I got AC 16. So he actually needs to roll a 13 to hit me. Well, they all do. All right, so he misses. Pew! But he moved only 1 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He moves over here and has activated. All right. Yeah, if they all move away, now I decide to take a legendary action at the end of this creature's turn. Should have done this earlier. I decide to move. You can take a legendary action to move, but you can't move more than 6 squares in a round. But if you have not spent all your movement, and I didn't move at all, you can also move. So I decide to get into the fray to have some cover against the fire and deal or spread out the damage. But, or maybe not in the fray, concentrate on single isolated targets. So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will move over here, and I will not provoke an opportunity attack because I'm not leaving his threatened area or reach. So that was my movement. Let's see, where was I? I think it was 4, but never mind. So, but this was only my legendary action, so I haven't acted yet. But I'm there. So now they can shoot me from where they are. We still have 3 bandits left, and I used 1 legendary action. 1 token is gone. So let's see, can they reach me to at least get a shot in? 1, 2. I think in 5e diagonals only count as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and from here, from this corner, but I do have cover because he can't target all my corners without going through this square. So I get a +2 cover bonus. But he shoots with his light crossbow. But now the good thing is, he misses, and now I can take a legendary action at the end of his turn, and I will use my second legendary action to make a normal melee attack against this guy with my scimitar. My second legendary action, scimitar attack. 11 plus 5, that is 16. That hits, but only for 5 points of damage. 5 points, and he has 11 hit points. So he's got 6 hit points left. So I mark this damage with this red d6. So he's got 5 points of damage because of my legendary action. My second legendary action, and this guy is done. And now we have these guys. So this guy, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can shoot, but with cover, because enemies do not block line of sight, if I'm not mistaken, or general creatures. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But so he moves and shoots with cover. +3. +11 +3, that is 14. That's a miss. Legendary action, my last legendary action. At the end of this creature's turn, melee attack against the wounded bandit. 16 I hit. And 3 + 3 is 6. That is exactly the 11 that I need. So he's dead. Alright. That was my last legendary action, but there's still a bandit left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now from here he's got an unobstructed field of view with his light crossbow. Pew! Shoots at me. Five. He rolls a 5. He misses. But I do not have legendary actions left. But now it's my turn. At the start of my turn, all my legendary actions refresh, and I can take my regular turn. So now I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will move between these two guys and do not provoke an attack of opportunity because I stay within their threatened reach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I will first make my regular attack against this guy, and then I will decide if I want to use my bonus action against him or maybe against the other one. Alright, so it's an 11 + 5. It's a hit for 5 points. 3 + 2. So I will use my bonus action and attack this guy again. That's a hit for 8 points of damage. He's dead. Alright, so that was my turn. Now we start the next combat rounds, and this means this activation counter is turned this way, and now all the all the bandits, they can act. Alright, so this guy, he will move up a little, 1, 2, 3, up to here, 1, 2, 3, and shoot with his crossbow without cover, unobstructed view. He misses 5, so they have really bad luck. They roll really poorly. Alright, so this guy, he moves just... Oh no, wait. At the end of this creature's turn, I take a legendary action. I take a legendary action and make a normal melee attack against this bandit. And I hit for 5 points of damage. Alright, so that was at the end of this guy's turn. Now this guy moves up 1, and shoots from here without cover with his light crossbow. A 2. He misses. At the end of his turn, I take a legendary action, attack this guy again. And I hit 19, but only 4 points of damage. 1 plus 3, that's 4. So he's at 9, so he's still standing. So that was this guy. Now he acts before he's dead. And he acts and attacks with his scimitar. 1d6 plus 1 slashing damage. He wants to slice and dice me. Six plus 3 is 9. So they roll really terrible. He does not hit, or I effortlessly parry the blow. He will not move away because he does not want to risk an attack of opportunity. And at the end of his turn, I take my last legendary action and counter attack or retaliate. And I hit, and for 7, and he's dead. Ugh. Alright, that was my last legendary action at the end of this bandit's turn. So we have one more bandit left, this guy. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from here, unobstructed view and line of sight, shoots again with the crossbow. Let's see if somebody misses, hits finally. No, 7 plus 3 is 10. So they didn't manage to roll a 13. So I can take a legendary action at the end of his turn, but now it's my regular turn. At the start of my turn, my legendary actions refresh, and I take my turn, and I will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And attack. You know what? I use both of them. Attack and bonus action. Finish this guy. Oh no, a 4 misses. The 18 hits for 5. So he's not dead yet. Bam. Alright, so that was me. Now we start a new round. Turn this around. And all the bandits, they can act. But I still have I have my full complement of legendary actions. Yes, so this guy first, before he's dead. He activates and attacks now with his scimitar. Because if he moves out of my threatened reach, he takes an opportunity attack, and he can't use his crossbow without suffering disadvantage. And he rolls a 5, so nothing happens. Except for I retaliate, legendary action, 1 attack. Nine, I hit, plus 5 is 14, they only have a 12 AC for 7 points, 7 plus 5 is 12, they only have 11, so he goes down. Alright, the other ones, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he moves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to here, shoots with his crossbow, unobstructed line of sight, finally trying to get a hit in. He rolls a 5, but 8 points of damage, but didn't hit. You know what now? Legendary action, Oh no, this is nah, because it would be unfair to just say I can switch easily to my crossbow, and I actually have to admit I didn't keep track of how much movement I do have left, but I think not enough, so I will not use a legendary action. This guy here, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He goes like this and shoots again. Finally trying to get a hit in. Yes, 15. He finally hits 18, and 8 plus 1, that is 9 points of damage. Because I don't want it to be too easy. I still at a 52, so minus 10 is 42 plus 1 is 43 hit points. I'm at 43 hit points. But now all the bandits have acted. Now it is my turn. At the start of my turn, my legendary actions refresh. I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I move 6 and attack and bonus action attack against this guy. I just strike him down in a whirlwind of blades. Oh. But only one hit for only 4 points of damage. So I was too optimistic. So that was the end of this combat round. And now all the bandits can act. But there are not that many bandits left. Turn this around. Alright, let's start with him before he's dead. Because of my legendary action, he switches to Scimitar, dropping, or no, slinging the light crossbow on his back using his Scimitar. And it's a 7 plus 3 is 10. He is easily, the blow is parried, and now I use a legendary action to counter attack and maybe finish him off. Yes, critical hit, 20 and 6 points of damage. And I roll it again just for fluff. So that is 6 plus 2, that is 8 plus 3, that is 11 plus 15. He only has 11, so he is dead. Alright, so this was my legendary action attack. And now this bandit. So they fight to the end with the Scimitar. And he hits 14 plus 3. That is 17, but only for 3 points of damage. I'm at 40 hit points. And I will counterattack with my legendary action number 2. He is not wounded yet. But now he is. I rolled a 15, so that's 8 points of damage. So that is 6 plus 2, 8 points of damage. And that was my legendary action. So now it is my regular turn. I activate and I use one attack first. Oh. Epic fail, natural 1. So bonus action, offhand weapon. 7 plus 5, yes, that's on the spot. That's 12. They have an AC of 12 for 6 points, so he is dead. Ugh, but thank God I had this bonus action. Ugh. So I complete this encounter. So this encounter is worth 150 XP. But more importantly, this is a gruesome task, but I cut off all their right hands, 6 of them, where the black fist is tattooed onto. And yeah, I grab one of their capes and make a small sack. So I rip it apart, make a small sack out of it, where I put the hands in, and I put it on my belt. And I have completed, not yet completed, I still need to return to New Phlan. But I got the items that I need for the first quest. So I can erase this number 1 here. And I will end this session here because this is a good point. So, but of course I will continue. So this is also good that I can just jot down now in my journal that I completed the first quest, and I note where I am. I do not need to note where the quest encounters are because they're still marked on the map, and then I can just continue exploring the slums. And I have to figure out if I wanted to take a short rest now because I lost 12 HP, but I'm not sure yet. I will decide on an encounter-to-encounter basis. So yeah. Well, thank you for watching. If you like this content, please do subscribe because it costs you nothing and it makes me happy and it helps the channel grow. And yeah, if you're interested in trying out this game for yourself, just take a look in the video description. I will provide a Google document link to the PDF so you can just try it out and yeah, maybe play with some friends. So if you want a change of pace, like the DM, maybe he wants to play too, just create a character and use this as a framework, maybe expand it a little, the encounters with maybe oracle rolls and maybe, I don't know, add some random delving to the mix, like maybe there's a basement in one of the buildings, use a random dungeon generator, 3-4 rooms to get some quest items. Be creative, use this as a framework if you want to give your all-time DM a break so that he can play as well. So this is actually also how I got into solo gaming, because when I played as in a group, I was always, or almost always, the GM, the so-called forever GM, and I started to look for ways to play myself early on, and this is how I come up with all this stuff here. And so yeah, if you like what you see, like I said, do subscribe, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy and have a wonderful remaining Sunday, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.